Let's talk about food in Palworld, and more importantly, how there is a difference in food, utilizing it in the field, and the food in your base. Because if you're in the field, you are already using probably a lot of baked berries for yourself and just throwing them in there whenever your pals or you yourself need something to eat. And that's completely fine. That's what you should do. And it's the best way to do it. So get as many berries as possible and just feed them to your pals whenever you are out in the field. If you don't really have a big problem with clicking like one character multiple times to feed them. But let's be honest here, that's not really the biggest problem. So in the field, managing your food is pretty simple. Like cooked berries are just the best way to go, and you don't really have to think about it. But when we are talking about food in your base, things look very different. If you're using baked berries, by the way, at the beginning, that's completely fine. That's the right way to do, and you don't really have any other options, so just go with it. But before we do this, a few things I want to say here regarding food in general. One of the most interesting ones, and I'm pretty sure this will be fixed soon, is that when you are right-clicking on a food item or you are sorting your inventory, it will reset the timer. You can see it right here. It's at 12 minutes, and when you sort it, it will be back at 20 minutes. And you can do that with every container where there is food in it, right? You can see it right here. My food is like slowly going down. No problem. Just sort it and it resets the timer. I'm pretty sure that's a bug, a glitch they didn't want, and they will fix that. But right now that is possible. Also, very important regarding the food basket. Pals will eat the food from the far left to the right. That's the order they will always eat. No matter what you put them there, that's the first food item they eat. This is why I put the jam-filled buns there, because, well, that's what they are supposed to eat first, because it gives them the most nutrition for what I have right now. But why is that so important? Why are you not just giving them berries? Just give them berries. Don't waste your time, Mo. I'm not wasting my time. This is actually really important because there is a problem. The pals which are working in your base are getting hungry through work. Duh. But the problem is, depending on how much food they need, right, they are not filling up their nutrition all the way when they are going to the food basket and they have only berries. Because on how the feeding works, it's pretty straightforward. There are two ways or two things you have to look out for. First, they only eat 2 to 3 items when they're at the food basket, and depending on a few things, they are only filling up their stomach as long as they are getting rid of the hungry debuff. So the moment they are done with that, they're going back to work. But that means, especially with the bigger pals, is that they are just eating like 2 or 3 berries, which barely gives them enough food to get rid of the hungry debuff. Then they are going back to work, and after 2 or 3 minutes, they are hungry again. They are stopping the work, and they are going back to feed again. And so they're never really finishing their work. They're getting interrupted a lot, and that's not what you want in your base, right? So you want to give them some really good, nutritious food so they don't have to come here that often. But now you might ask, okay, what is like the best nutritious food for that job? Well, at the beginning, as I said, baked berries all the way. It's the best thing you can do. The moment you have flour at your disposal and you can utilize that, go with the jam-filled buns. They're giving you the most nutrition for tier 2 food. Unfortunately, not the pancakes. The pancakes are a little bit weaker. And then later on in the tier 3 food, which I haven't unlocked yet, you would choose the salad or omelette. Just craft one of the two and see what will give you the most and how easy it is to craft. Now, there is another item which is really, really good as tier 2 food, and that is marinated mushrooms, because it temporarily increases the work speed. Problem is, for me at least, I have a huge issue of getting the mushrooms. So yeah, unfortunately, that's not really something I can mass produce. So I would love to, but that's the way to go if you have tons of mushrooms instead of the jam-filled buns. Give that to your pals. What's with the cake, Mo? Oh yeah, the cake. So the cake itself is absolutely insane, right? You get 656 nutrition. The problem is, you can see it right here, the cake takes a massive amount of time to be produced. And keep in mind, this pal is level 3 kindling. Level 3. And he takes that much time. Like, mass producing cake will take you a long time if you ever do it anyways, because you also need the cake for the breeding, so you utilize it for something else. And you might not want to do that. But those are the most important parts you have to know about food and food production when it comes in your base, when it comes to pals in your base, right? If you still have some questions or some ideas you want to let me know down below in the comments, please do that. And for all the people who are new here to the channel, please don't forget to leave a like and also subscribe to the channel if you want to see more guides on Palworld. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.